Americans eat over 2 billion fast food breakfast sandwiches every single year. That's not a trend, that's a routine. It's the default morning fuel for commuters, night shift workers, road trippers, and anyone who needs calories before caffeine kicks in. A great breakfast sandwich delivers protein, carbs, fat, and comfort in one hand. A bad one delivers dry bread, rubbery eggs, and instant regret. The problem? Not all breakfast sandwiches are created equal. Some are engineered for balance, texture, and consistency. Others survive purely on nostalgia and brand recognition. Today, we're ranking 12 of the most popular fast food breakfast sandwiches from absolute worst to best, based on flavor, moisture, structure, and real-world execution, not marketing hype. Some beloved icons are going to fall hard. Let's start at the bottom. Number 1, McDonald's Sausage McMuffin with egg. The McDonald's Sausage McMuffin with egg is the sandwich that started it all, and that S exactly why it lands at the bottom of this ranking. Introduced in the early 1970s, it essentially created the fast food breakfast sandwich category. English muffin, sausage patty, round egg, American cheese. Simple, familiar, reliable. But history doesn't equal excellence. By modern standards, this sandwich feels uninspired and outdated. The English muffin is often dry, the sausage patty is aggressively salty without much nuance, and the cheese melts into the background instead of tying everything together. When it's fresh, it's fine. When it's been sitting even a few minutes, it turns into a chalky, dry experience that desperately needs coffee to wash it down. McDonald's biggest sin here isn't teeing that the sandwich is bad. It is that everyone else improved the formula, while this one stayed frozen in time. Other chains added sauces, better bread, crispier textures, and moisture control. McDonald's stuck with safe. There are ways to make it better. Ordering a fresh cracked egg instead of folded, eating it immediately, or adding a hash brown on the side helps. But needing workarounds is part of the problem. This sandwich isn't offensive, it's just boring. And in a category that's evolved so much, boring is enough to earn last place. Number 2, Wendy's Bacon, Egg and Swiss Croissant. Wendy's entered the breakfast game late, launching nationwide in 2020 with big ambitions and heavy marketing. The bacon, egg and Swiss croissant was meant to signal that Wendy's breakfast would feel more premium than the usual biscuit and muffin crowd. On paper, it sounds great. A buttered croissant, folded egg, applewood smoked bacon, and Swiss cheese sauce. In reality, execution is where this sandwich falls apart. Croissants are unforgiving in fast food environments. When fresh and properly toasted, they're flaky and rich. When held too long, they turn dense, steamy, and limp. Wendy's struggles with that consistency. Too often, the croissant feels compressed rather than airy, absorbing moisture instead of providing contrast. The flavors themselves are solid. The bacon is smoky, the Swiss sauce is creamy, and the egg does its job. But without a crisp, flaky pastry, the sandwich loses its identity. What should feel indulgent instead feels heavy and oddly muted. There are fixes. Asking for a well-toasted croissant, adding extra Swiss sauce, or pairing it with Wendy's hot honey can dramatically improve the experience. But again, a sandwich that needs modification just to hit its stride isn't top tier. This ranks near the bottom not because it's bad, but because it's inconsistent. Wendy's shows promise here, but until they solve croissant execution, this sandwich stays stuck in the lower tier of breakfast rankings. Number 3, Dunkin' Sourdough Breakfast. Sandwich, Dunkin's sourdough breakfast sandwich is designed to be filling first and flavorful second. Featuring thick-cut sourdough toast, double egg, cheese, and your choice of bacon or sausage, it is clearly built for commuters who need something that can survive a long drive without falling apart. And that's exactly the problem. The bread is too thick and too dry, overpowering everything inside it. Without enough cheese or sauce, the sandwich leans chalky, with the eggs and meat struggling to keep up. Sourdough can be excellent when balanced, but Dunkin's version often tastes like toast with breakfast attached to it, rather than a cohesive sandwich. Flavor isn't bad. It's just muted. There's nothing offensive here, but nothing memorable either. It's breakfast fuel, not breakfast pleasure. Adding extra cheese or sauce helps, but the base experience still lacks moisture and contrast. This sandwich earns its spot because it does exactly what it promises. It fills you up. But in a ranking that values texture, balance, and enjoyment, functional isn't enough to climb higher. Number 4. Starbucks Impossible Breakfast Sandwich. The Starbucks Impossible Breakfast Sandwich represents modern food values done wrong. Plant-based sausage, egg, cheddar, and a seeded bun should make this a standout vegetarian option. Instead, it's crippled by Starbucks' grab and reheat model. These sandwiches are made off-site, wrapped in plastic, and sit for hours before being reheated in a convection oven. The result is predictable: rubbery sausage, soggy bread, and uneven temperature. No amount of reheating can restore what was lost sitting in a display case. To its credit, the Impossible Patty itself is decent. It tastes convincingly savory and provides protein for non-meat eaters. But texture matters in breakfast, and this sandwich consistently feels like leftovers rather than a fresh meal. Adding hot sauce helps, asking for extra toasting helps. But again, fixes shouldn't be required. This sandwich ranks low not because it's plant-based, but because execution undermines intention. Starbucks wanted to offer progressive breakfast options, but their system prioritizes speed and consistency over quality. Until that changes, this sandwich remains a respectable idea trapped in a flawed delivery model. Number 5. Carl's Jr. Hardee's Breakfast Burger. The breakfast burger from Carl's Jr. and Hardee's is what happens when someone asks, what if breakfast had no limits? Beef patty, fried egg, bacon, American cheese, hash browns, and sauce on a sesame bun. This isn't a sandwich, it's a brunch brawl. There's no denying the appeal. It's indulgent, massive, and unapologetically bold. When everything is fresh, the flavors actually work together. The egg adds richness, the hash browns bring crunch, and the beef makes it feel like a full meal rather than a breakfast snack. But that's also the problem. This sandwich is too heavy for most mornings. It's greasy, messy, and wildly inconsistent depending on location. The hash browns often go soft. The bun struggles to hold everything together, and one wrong bite sends egg yolk and sauce down your wrist. This ranks in the middle because it's impressive, but impractical. It's a novelty you order once in a while, not a reliable morning staple. For people who want maximum calories and zero restraint, it delivers. For everyone else, it's more spectacle than balance. Number 6. Whataburger Breakfast on a Bun. Whataburger's breakfast on a bun, affectionately known as the Bob, proves that simplicity still works. Egg, American cheese, and bacon or sausage on a toasted bun. Nothing fancy, nothing engineered, just solid execution. What sets this sandwich apart is freshness. When hot off the grill, the egg is soft, the bun is properly toasted, and the meat actually tastes like meat. There's no gimmick here, and that honesty goes a long way. Customization helps. Adding jalapenos, Whataburger ketchup, or even a hash brown inside can elevate it significantly. But unlike lower-ranked sandwiches, it doesn't need fixes to be enjoyable. It ranks above the bottom tier because it delivers consistent satisfaction. It's not flashy, and it won't blow your mind, but it does what breakfast should do: fill you up without getting in the way of your day. The reason it stops here is wow factor. The B.O.B. is dependable, not memorable. It's a great regional classic that earns respect, just not podium placement. Number 7. McDonald's Sausage Biscuit with Egg. McDonald's sausage biscuit with egg is proof that the company knows how to make a better breakfast sandwich. They just don't always execute it well. Introduced to appeal to Southern tastes, this version swaps the English muffin for a buttermilk biscuit, instantly improving texture and richness. When it's fresh, it works. The biscuit is buttery, the sausage is familiar, and the egg adds structure. Compared to the McMuffin, it's warmer, softer, and more comforting. But timing is everything. Once the biscuit sits even briefly, it becomes crumbly and dry, soaking up moisture instead of delivering it. Without a sauce, jelly, or honey, the sandwich leans chalky. Many fans swear by adding grape jelly or hot honey, which says a lot about what the base sandwich lacks. This ranks in the upper middle because it's a step in the right direction. It's better than McDonald's muffins, but still relies on perfect timing or condiments to truly shine. McDonald's AS has the scale and resources to do better. This just feels like a missed opportunity rather than a failure. Number 8. Taco Bell Breakfast Crunch Wrap. The Breakfast Crunch Wrap is Taco Bell's greatest breakfast achievement because it solves a problem no one else did: mess. Launched in 2014, this hexagon-shaped wrap seals scrambled eggs, cheese sauce, hash brown and meat inside a grilled tortilla that actually stays together. Structurally, it's brilliant. The hash brown delivers crunch, the cheese sauce binds everything together, and the folded tortilla creates a completely portable breakfast. No drips, no falling apart, no steering wheel disasters. Flavor-wise, it needs help. On its own, it's mild. But Taco Bell expects customization, and once you add fire or Diablo sauce, the whole thing comes alive. The balance of textures becomes the star. It ranks here because it's innovative and practical, but not quite crave-worthy without sauce. Still, it redefined what a fast food breakfast could be, and proved that thinking outside the biscuit and muffin box actually works. For commuters, this is one of the best designed breakfast items in fast food. Number 9. McDonald's sausage, egg and cheese McGriddles reminder that even giants can innovate when they want to. Introduced in 2003 after years of research, the maple-infused griddle cakes fundamentally changed fast food breakfast by merging pancakes and sandwiches into one handheld format. The concept is brilliant. Real maple syrup is baked directly into the griddle cakes, creating pockets of sweetness that hit at different moments with each bite. Pair that with savory sausage, egg, and cheese, and you get a sweet-savory contrast that feels indulgent and comforting at the same time. When fresh, it's outstanding. Soft, warm, aromatic, and instantly recognizable. It delivers nostalgia and flavor in equal measure. Black coffee pairs perfectly, cutting through the sweetness and keeping it balanced. The flaw is time. If it sits too long, the griddle cakes turn mushy and overly soft, losing their structure and becoming syrupy instead of fluffy. Texture inconsistency is the only thing holding it back from the top tier. McGriddles rank high because they're iconic, craveable, and genuinely different. Even critics admit there is nothing else quite like them in fast food, and that alone earns respect. Number 10. Chick-fil-A Chicken, Egg and Cheese Biscuit. Chick-fil-A's chicken, egg and cheese biscuit is the gold standard for traditional Southern breakfast sandwiches. Everything here is built around freshness and technique, not shortcuts. The biscuit is made from scratch every 20 minutes, rolled, cut, and baked by hand. That matters. It creates flaky layers, buttery pockets, and a tender interior that machine-formed biscuits simply can't replicate. The buttermilk tang balances the richness beautifully. The chicken is the same hand-breaded, pressure-cooked filet used in Chick-fil-A's lunch sandwiches. It's juicy, crispy, and seasoned properly. Not an afterthought protein. The egg and cheese add structure without overwhelming the star ingredients. This sandwich doesn't need sauces, but adding honey, jelly, or opting for the spicy chicken version elevates it even further. The only minor criticism is size consistency. Occasionally, the chicken does not cover every bite of the large biscuit. Still, this ranks near the top because it delivers authentic flavor, texture, and consistency. It tastes like real breakfast, not something optimized by committee. It proves that when fast food respects craft, the results are undeniable. Great fast food breakfast sandwiches aren't about novelty alone. They're about balance, moisture, structure, flavor, and consistency. The worst options rely on nostalgia and brand loyalty. The best ones understand how people actually eat in the morning, quickly, one-handed, and half awake. What separates the top tier is engineering and execution, strong bread, proper moisture control, fresh cooking, and flavors that wake you up without overwhelming you. When those elements align, a breakfast sandwich becomes more than fuel. It becomes something you crave. From McDonald's foundational classics to Chick-fil-A's Southern mastery, this ranking shows how far fast food breakfast has evolved, and where some chains still fall behind. Now it's your turn. Which sandwich got robbed? Which one do you swear by every morning? Drop it in the comments, hit subscribe for more honest food rankings, and until next time, keep your breakfast hot, balanced, and worth the drive-through.